So before I get today's video started, I worked out a thing with ISR, and we've worked in a discount code to get you guys 15% off on any product on the ISR Performance website, and a different code that will get you free shipping on any product. So here's the codes, and the website's linked below, and here's how you do it. If you want to do it from your phone right now, this is how it's done. What is going on, everybody? Today I am going to be working on the S14 and assessing any damages from our Georgia trip, which isn't much. We've got a broken front bumper, a cracked fender, and it's really dirty. And you know, we'll figure out what else there is. Oh, I got to change a valve cover gasket. So not much, but it's been a while since I've done a video in the garage working on the car, so I think we're going to do that today. I'm going to run to Lowe's to get some fiberglass equipment, and to the auto parts store to get valve cover gasket, and we're going to thrash on the car. Oh, and I have to replace fourth gear on the transmission. This transmission was used when I got it, but it is a G-force dog box, so I'll show you guys how easy it is to change a gear on one of these gearboxes. Probably not going to get to that today, but later this week it's something to look forward to. So I'm gonna head to the auto parts store and to Lowe's. I got the first little batch of stuff. I got a paintbrush, some sandpaper, and some clear coat. If you guys remember, I have the color of my car in spray cans, so I'm going to touch up the area that we're going to re-glass and hopefully make it look like it did before. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but I'm excited to try it out for sure. Throwback! I made it back to the house, and I've got the S14 in here. I started going over it, kind of assessing what needs to be done. We have this big crack in this fender right here. Everything back here looks pretty good. No complaints. Lost the bumper again in the back, so the vinyl's a little scratched up, but not the end of the world. Everything under the car is good. Everything in the car is good. So I pressure washed it when I pulled it out of the trailer, so you can't really see right now, but this valve cover is leaking really bad and it's getting oil everywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and put a stock one back on for now with the stock coil packs. I have another set of LS3 coil packs that fit on the stock one, similar to this side, and then I'll order some New Holly gaskets. I took them off multiple times when swapping motors and swapping heads, and I think I damaged the gasket, so we'll do that just to have it sealed for now. And then I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you guys asking why this S13 is still here. And when dealing with shipping cars, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Basically what you do is you reach out to a shipping company and you tell them what you've got, where it needs to go, and then they put that on a board. And then they have truck drivers that come in and will take that job. Like, say they've got 3 cars going to California. They're like, oh, okay, cool, I'll take this one too. So this has been on the board for 3 weeks now, and it's ready to go. Got some spare parts put in it for the new owner, whose name is Bailey. I mailed him the title, and she's ready to go. I'm excited for him to get it. I just wish the shipping company would come. It was fucking expensive to ship it. It was way cheaper to ship the car last time. This time it's like over $1,000 to ship across the country. I might as well just drive it there myself. It would cost the same. If I could take both cars in the trailer and still bring all of my gear, I would, because then I could go out there and party with all my friends in California. But with my guess, it's probably going to be gone Monday or Tuesday. I talked to the shipping company yesterday and told them I need this to kind of move along. So then it brings us to this broken bumper. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be doing some fiberglass on this bumper. This is my Super Doof bumper, and I really love it, and I'm trying to, you know, keep it together without doing some ghetto like zip tie stitching. And then also you can see here on this edge that there's some tire rubbing on it. I'm trying to focus it. The tire is rubbing, so I'm actually going to cut this out to avoid that for the future, because that could have been a reason why the bumper came off the first time when Micah drove the car, which caused this right here, this wear under here. But the last time it got fucked up, where it cracked this and cracked that, is I clipped a barrel using it as a front clipping point. So that's my bad. But basically, I'm going to show you what I bought, and we're going to get started. So here's everything I picked up. We got the Felpro gasket kit, valve cover gaskets, and rubber grommets, our fiberglass cloth, some sandpaper, a disposable paintbrush because this shit just eats it, mixing cup, fiberglass, hardener, clear coat, and our coil packs. The other can of paint that matches my car is in the trailer, and the other valve cover is in the trailer. So fiberglass first, and then while this shit sets, I can move over here, start disassembling all this, and also get a chance to check out the valve tray to make sure everything looks good, rockers are tight, and yeah, here we go. So my angle didn't really show you guys what I was doing, but I've got a big C-clamp on here to hold the two pieces together. I laid the mat, the resin over the top of that. We've got some excess mat here that I'll trim off after the shit dries. You can look down in there, that's all held together. The next piece is this one, which isn't that important because you can't really see it, but I would like to patch it up. It's broken in half right there. So after that's done, we'll throw the C-clamp over here, lay the mat, let it dry. The only other piece is, this piece is cracked right here. I don't really give a shit about that. After all the resin's laid, I'll come over here and start ripping this apart. Clean this guy out, make sure it's ready for its new gasket. Get all the old oil out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these rockers, make sure there's no play up and down. It's okay for a little side to side, but I'm going to make sure that there's no play up and down. Everything looks good. Springs look good. I'm happy. These are the GM Performance LS3 CNC ported heads. And then Brian Tooley goes ahead and throws their valve train in there. So now I'm going to give the valve cover just a little wipe down. And then I'm going to throw the gasket on. I've cleaned off the side of the cylinder head where any oil would be that had seeped out. So we'll give this thing a nice little wipe down. Throw our gasket in. Got new rubber grommets for the studs, and we're gonna be good to go. One thing out of the way. I've had some good experiences with Felpro, and some bad. So we'll see how these valve cover gaskets do. All back together. Not quite as pretty, but I don't think it's leaking. So now that this is all good and this is curing, obviously it still looks like shit. It needs a bunch of sanding and then paint, but it's not the most professional job, but that's all gonna be covered up once this resin dries and I sand it, paint it, it'll look decent. And I think that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. In tomorrow's video, which I'm going to start shortly after finishing up this one, I'm going to pull the gearbox out, show you what is going to be replaced inside the gearbox, and take a peek at everything under the car, and hopefully G-Force can get me over gear here real quick. We got 3 weeks until the Gainesville event, which is plenty of time to get the car all back to 100%. I'm excited to take apart the GSR for the first time and learn how to, you know, to service it. And luckily I've got Rad Dan who's going to help me out. He's done it a bunch of times, and he said just to call him when I get it out. So also big shout out to Mike Diaz for lining me up with the G-Force guys to get that gear and get us back in gear and ready to go. There's fiberglass resin everywhere. It's always a fun thing to clean up. But yeah, thanks for watching. And I don't know if you guys saw the live stream where we discussed the baby's gender. We're having a little girl, and we put together a baby registry, which I'll link that below. Check it out. And thanks for watching. Peace.